In this clip, we're going to introduce tens complement multiplication. The advantages of tens complement multiplication is that all the products from two-digit products greater than 6 times 6 or 36 can be had using this method of multiplication. And essentially all the high numbers up to 81, and those are the most difficult to memorize for the students. So it's much better that we verify it. Now we have completed the 5s and the 6s and the 9s. So the triangular area at the bottom will show that. These are all the 5s. We're going to start here with all the 6s, and we have tens complement shown there. For the 7 times 7 and 7 times 8, we have to use tens complement. And also for 8 times 8. That's the only way we can get these. And then we'll show that it's valid for also a second way of getting multiplication. So this is good for all the numbers, the 36 and above, where the product is 36 and above. Okay. So again, we're going to start with closed fists. The first one I'm going to do is 7 times 7. So I want to get the tens complement. So this, the left hand will say, or the right hand, we'll start with the right hand, it already is 7. And so when I start my count, I want to count up to 10. So I'm going to start my count at 8, then 9, then 10. 3 fingers extended. The reason that 3 is a tens complement of 7 is because 7 and 3 are 10. All right, I want to multiply 7 times 7. So I'm going to do this. 8, 9, and then the thumb 10. Okay, there it is. So we have 3 fingers extended on each hand. And the rule for tens complement multiplication is this. I'm going to multiply the open fingers, and that'll be the ones place. And then I'm going to add the closed fingers, and that's going to be the tens place. So I have 3 times 3, and that's 9. So that's my ones place. And then I'm going to count the, I'm going to add the closed fingers. So I have 2 in my right hand and 2 in my left hand. And 2 and 2 is 4. And 4 is the tens place. So 7 times 7 is 49. What about 7 times 8? All right. This is already 7. 3 fingers extended. 8, 9, 10. This is a 7. I want to make it an 8. Tens complement of 8. So I would say 9, 10. Remember, this was already 8, the closed fist. And then you're going to count starting at one higher number. So this is 9, and that's 10. So 2 extended fingers. What it means is that 8 plus 2 is 10. So that's a tens complement. Now, these 2 hands, the way they are, represent 7 times 8. So I'm going to multiply the open fingers, 3 on this hand and 2 on this hand. 3 times 2 is 6. And then I'm going to, that's the ones place. Then I'm going to add the, I'm going to count the closed fingers. In my right hand there's 2, And in my left hand there's 3. 2 and 3 is 5. So 7 times 8 is 56. This is the tens place, the closed fingers. And then you multiply, you add the closed fingers, and then you multiply the open fingers. So there it is, 56. Now for our next one, I want to get 8 times 8, so we can fill in that blanks there. So I'm going to turn this down. And my count will be, you know, starting at closed fist, my count would be 9, 10. Because 8 and 2 are 10, so I have 2 extended fingers and 2 extended fingers. Now it represents 8 times 8. So I'm going to multiply the open fingers. 2 times 2, that's a 4. That's the ones place. And then I'm going to add the closed fingers. Right hand, I have 3 closed fingers. Left hand, I have 3 closed fingers. 3 and 3 is 6. So 8 times 8 is 64. My next multiplication will be one we've already done. It's the 6 is 48, okay? 6 times 8. 6 times 8 and then 6 times 9. So 6 times 8. All right, my right hand is already an 8. This is an 8. 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's the 10th complement. 6, start with 2 closed fists. And I'll say 7, 8, 9, correct count. And then finally close this and open these 2. 10. All right. So we can put the straight four fingers straight up because this is 7, 8, 9, 10. In other words, 4 is the 10's complement of 6 because 6 and 4 are 10. Okay. The rule is to multiply the open fingers. So I have 2 times 4 and I get an 8. That's my ones place. And then for the tens place, I'm going to add the closed fingers. I have 1 in this hand, and I have 3 in this hand. 3 and 1 is 4. And so 6 times 8 is 48. Open fingers multiply. 2 times 4, that's an 8. Ones place. Closed fingers, add them. 3 and 1, 4. So 6 times 8 is 48. We can do it using T6, Trachtenberg 6, or we can use, or you can use 10's complement multiplication. Get it both ways. The next one would be 6 times 9. Ordinarily, you would switch it around and say 9 times 6 because visual 9 is the easiest. Okay, 6. This is 6 times 8. So I want to get 6 times 9. What I'm going to do is close these. Now, starting at 9, this is already a 9, and I'm going to count 10. All right? In other words, 1 extended finger, 1 is the 10's complement of 9 because 9 plus 1 is 10. All right? So this represents 6. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10's complement of 6 and a 10's complement of 9. I'm going to multiply the open fingers. 1 times 4. So I get a 4. That's my ones place. Then I'm going to add the closed fingers. I have 4 on my right hand and 1 on my left hand. 4 and 1 is 5. So 9 times 6 is 54. But whenever you get a 9, whenever a 9 is one of the multiplier or the multiplicon, always use visual 9. That's the easiest. Okay? Only use tens complement when you have to, or if you forget visual 9. Let's see, one more. We have 8 times 8. We did that. 8 times 9. This is already 9. And I want to make this an 8. So I want to put those two down. And this represents 9, 10. 2 extended fingers is the tens complement of 8. And 1 extended finger is the tens complement of 9. So this represents 9 times 8. I mean, 8 times 9. 8 times 9. So I'm going to multiply the open fingers. 1 times 2. So 2 is the ones place. And then I'm going to add the closed fingers, and I get 4 on this side, right? And I get 3 on this side, and 4 and 3 is 7. So 8 times 9 is 72. Same as you would get if you use visual 9. All right, is there any more? Yeah, just one more. What about 9 times 9? This is already a 9. So there it is. 9 and 1 is 10. The tens complement. Multiply 1 times 1. I get a 1. That's the ones place. And then I would add, in my right hand I have 4 closed fingers. In my left hand I have 4 closed fingers. So 4 and 4 is 8. So 9 times 9 is 81 using tens complement multiplication.